Good to go?
Good to go, yep.
Okay. So my name's Ashley Town. Recently the new owner of Bayview Printing Company, which is where we are now. So what's unique about us is that we are a letterpress printer. Beautiful. Which is using wood and metal type. So we set all of our type by hand. Nothing is digital. And then you get those really nice deep impressions on cotton paper and real ink instead of toner and, you know, things that you would get with a digital printer. I physically pick up every single letter form that's printed and I, you know, put it all on a line, I compose a line, lock that up in what's called a chase, and then we put that in the press. And the platen on the press makes an impression on the paper, and that's how you get your print. So instead of like inputting a digital file into a printer and then watching, you know, something come out the other end, everything's done by hand. So the owner prior to me was Jim Baker, Jim and Sue Baker, who are Bayview, lifelong Bayview residents. And Jim is an amazing pressman and also a great machinist. And so he bought the shop 30 years ago from a different craftsman. And I just started spending a lot of time at the shop when I found out that he was going to retire, and there was no purchase, you know, there was no one that wanted to buy the shop, so everything was just maybe going to disappear. And so I just thought there's no way we can let that happen. And then in early October, I purchased the business from him. Yeah, it's not good. We're going to do that again. So that's my vision for the future is community print shop with space for workshops and classes. And to realize that goal of community print shop, we actually have an Indiegogo campaign running right now. So we're trying to raise some funds to do a little bit of construction and move some things around in the shop so that there's space for workshops right now. We're trying to be a little bit more visible from the road and also just in general, because I think a lot of people didn't know that Bayview Printing Company existed. And we've been here for almost 100 years, so that's important. So prior to purchasing Bayview Printing Company, I worked in advertising for a few years at a local ad agency. And then from there, I actually taught at MyAd. So I was a communication design professor for 5 years. So I taught typography, communication design. I'll teach again someday. Teaching was an amazing career. I still love my students. But this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so. Making something for people and with people that's completely original, completely unique, can never be duplicated. Every single print's going to be a little bit different, so I love that idea as well. No, I'm not doing this to get rich. I'm doing this because it's a love, it's an art form, it's a craft, so it's a love of ink and paper and typography. Finally centered. There we go. That's the best one.